We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, grandma, you mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, as I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech,
Revenue GS.
Jay, one third of the Cybernerds.
and welcome to today's episode of Nerd Battle. We're talking about Lockwood Co, dropping on Netflix. This show is actually kind of mad. We're not like fans of the book, novel, never really heard of it before, but we went down to, what was that place called?
Screening.
Yeah.
First episode screening.
Yeah, first episode screening. It was a bit crazy. And I was like thinking, if we just dive into a reaction, see your thoughts.
I didn't go. I didn't go to the event, ladies. Just in case you was wondering, I didn't go. So now it's like, can we get me on board or something like this? Apparently, I don't know. I just showed up for the reaction, so we're here, innit? You get me?
Trying to sell the show to Jay.
Yeah.
That's
the new series.
That's the new series. Nerd Banter series.
Can we sell it to Jay?
Yeah. There you go.
This should definitely be an anime series, but I'm not involved.
So we call them sofa pitches. Sofa pitch.
Sofa pitch. All right, cool. It's not bad.
I like that. I like
it's not bad. Let's go,
like
man.
that.
Let's dive in.
It's terrible the world's come to this. I feel sorry for your generation.
Agents required for unusual
Generation.
supernatural.
Jesus.
Name?
Lucy Carlyle.
I'm Anthony Lockwood. This is George. Welcome to Lockwood
The
Co.
2000 AD comic. I see.
How about we find ourselves a ghost? Don't move. Run!
I don't enjoy meeting agents who burn homes to the ground. Pay up or get shut down.
London will be a lot safer with 3 less amateurs stumbling around.
The big agencies pretend they've got things under control.
So, what now?
All it takes is a few big cases.
Solve this. We'll be the most famous agents in the country.
Okay.
I'm working with maniacs.
You're caught in the cogs, slaves to a system.
We're dealing with real-life criminals.
I'd like to start running now!
Every ghost in London is out to kill us.
Power cannot stay buried.
Now we're gonna die. There are ghosts, and then there's us, and it is kill or be killed.
Death is coming. We're Lockwood Co. You, me, and George.
Yo, do you know what? You lot are killing me with this series. You man are actually, in my head, I'm like, yo, this is actually wild. Alright,
So
my general. Let me give you my thoughts.
Yeah,
first.
that's what I was gonna ask.
Alright, my thoughts first. Because I know it's by Joe
Cornish.
that like eases me
Yeah.
about lots of the stuff that I felt like didn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the reason I say that is because it's like, when I see the ghosts and that, and I'm like, I don't love the way the CGI looks here, but it reminds me of Attack the Block when they had like super budgety aliens, but it didn't take away from the narrative at all because the narrative was strong. Then I'm like, these kids, I don't know how I bang with these kids, but then also Joe does a good job all the time of making you like, it's, I don't know how to say it, young adults, kids in movies.
You're on it.
Yeah, bro, I know. So all of that, I'm like, these are the things I'd be worried about. Now, the things I thought that looked good, like, when they were doing a little training on their own, I was like, oh, it looks like there is a bit of spice. It's not basic generic. There's some sort of, I don't know, what's the word for it, man? There's some sort of flavour here, get me? And then obviously all the camera angles, there was bare stuff where the camera was like spinning around and it was showing the world kind of being upside down and stuff like that. I thought it was calm, man. Like, I would give it a first episode watch. That's where I'm at. The trailer didn't blow me away in terms of like, I'm 100% in. But knowing the information I know, I would give it a try. Get me? And then dropping the whole season on Netflix at once. Or what are they doing?
Yeah, the whole thing all at once. But yeah, this is what's so crazy about Lockwood Co. Because obviously before we went to the screening, did a little research, found it was based on a book. I think they've got 5 books now. Obviously, I found it was like a YA kind of thing.
Goosebumps vibe.
There's
a little Goosebumps energy in there, but it doesn't get carried away with it.
Yeah, right. So I thought the same thing. Feel like Goosebumps, maybe a tad bit older, just before the Hunger Games kind of vibe as well. I was like, this ain't gonna be for me. Like, what's going on there? But again, I was like, okay, Joel Cornish is on this. I'll give it give it a look. Watch the first episode now. Everything you're talking about kind of translates way past the trailer, which is crazy. When you watch the trailer, you already got this preconceived notion of how it looks, the production, but you're like, oh, but it's Joel Cornish. When you watch the first episode, the way, like I said, he describes the world building for me is crazy. Again, he gets young, adults or teenagers, and it makes him feel like adults. And then, as you can see, they're also going against adults as well. So there's 3 kind of groups going against each other.
That was giving me Harry Potter vibes. That was giving me big Harry Potter vibes. You mentioned Hunger Games. It was giving me Hunger Games as well when they was walking their squad of 3, walked past the other squad of 3, and it was like, you man, it's like, these man are going to be like purists, feeling like, we're the nicest. Then these man are like the ragtag. We just got our licenses yesterday, but we're going to make this thing roll. Yeah, there's good, bruv. There's lots of good narratives and vibes in there. You can feel it.
It's mad because this trailer does not do any justice to the episode we just watched. And me personally, if I would have watched this one, I might not have been fully sold, I probably might not even given the first episode, to be honest with you. But just going off everything you just mentioned.
It's the information.
Bruv, and you know what's crazy? When we actually ended up talking to Joel Cornish, and we was going back and forth, and I was like, one of the things that we spoke about is they're in such a good position to be that Harry Potter
bridge,
Attack on the Block, but instead of movies, it's series. Because bruv, if the world is gonna end up being what transpired to be, or at least on the first episode, we can be here for a good 10 seasons in, bruv. Because the amount of crud, the whole thing of agencies, kids going against kids, bruv.
You need better trailers, though.
Than that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, you need better trailers.
But exactly.
You need way better trailers.
The trailer does no justice. Nowhere near what we saw from the first episode.
Way better trailers. It's one of those. It's funny because with Netflix, bruv, they should be going way harder with their trailers. And I don't understand why Netflix don't. I think, do you know what? Who had Cowboy Bebop? Cancelled after 1 season. The trailer game for that.
Fire.
Crazy.
Mad.
Crazy. And it's like, Netflix have an opportunity where they drop on their own streaming service to just do whatever, bruv. You can just try new things with trailers. But do you know what it probably is? They keep going to the same trailer companies.
And do you know what?
That's probably what it is.
When we walked out,
they probably go to like a traditional trailer company and be like, oh, can you man rent this? And they're just
I don't know, because like you're saying, Bebop was...
And I think that was done by someone else. Those trailers were done by someone who was working on the show.
Tiers.
Yeah. Well,
so this will be like, this is your tier 1. Just go to this cutting house. Bebop, tier 5.
Maybe.
Go to that cutting house.
Yeah. Could have been that. But Netflix, you got to sort it out because this is wild.
And that was one of the conversations me and Sam had when we walked out of the screening. The way Netflix handles things, most of the time, it's not the best way. Even the Home Discovery is not the best. This one could potentially be a sneaker of one of the sneakers of the year, bro.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? But it's nowhere near representing that. So how you're not even giving it a chance to blow up?
Okay, question. This Umbrella Academy.
Right.
How are you, man? Where does it line up with Umbrella Academy? Season 1 only.
Season 1.
Oh. Bear in mind, you've only watched the episode.
Yeah.
This and you're leaning towards Umbrella Academy.
I would say I would lean towards Umbrella Academy only because of
What you've
like I said, like the things that put me off from this the most is like the whole YA situation.
Okay.
Like the fact that they are kind of like kids going against adults. They're gonna always be kids, regardless of that. But for me in Bread Academy, like they're already adults, put in a situation trying to be like say finding themselves,
trying to be family,
the mismatched kind of people.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I like that situation to begin with. But like I said, watching like this is still massive drawing me in though.
No. It's the only reason I bring that up is because what Raven's saying in terms of like this is longevity and having 10 years, they could grow into that. Do you know what I'm saying? When he's talking about 10 years, it was making me think of what's that? Is it like Riverdale or something? That's got like 14 seasons or something.
I think so.
And there's some other shows got like 11, and they're like.
Oh, you want to talk about the one with the two brothers?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah,
Is that's Riverdale?
No, that's not Riverdale. That's not Riverdale.
There's another one.
Yeah.
That as well, bruv. And I'm like, could this be something like that?
I would hope so, because the world is so fascinating. The characters are so like mad, and the way Joe Cornish goes about it as well. Like his world building for me is crazy. Like he does the intro, and he doesn't explain. He says, "I'm just giving like the audience like
I believe in the audience.
I believe in the audience. I'm just showing you stuff. If you don't pick up on it, that's on you.
Yeah.
But everything is there, and he keeps even episode 1, bro. Bare mystery. He said, "Oh, what happened here? You'll find out.
So many. Like
this happened here. You'll find out."
Yeah, it's just so many gems that like you could easily be revealed in like season 2 or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's how vast the world is. And the thing is, and this is what makes me more excited for it, because like Attack on the Block was just the event at the block.
Exactly.
This one has been expanded, not just London, but beyond London. Do you know
I guess with a series, it'd be best to explore it in that level.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you have so many avenues that you can explore and grow from there. And the thing is also, because they're kids going against adults and a system that's been there way before they were born, bro.
Yeah, I like that. And they set that up they do set that up good in the trailer with the lady saying, your generation's finished.
Bro, it's mad because that scene is like, whoa, like this is peak. That's
what I'm saying. And he makes it feel like, again, like Attack the Block, it doesn't feel like it's a YA thing, despite it coming from like a YA situation. I think like that's a lot of credit to as well. But I feel like as long as the fans know about this, like you can see like from the numbers and stuff, I feel like they would make sure this is getting carried. And I feel like Joel Cornish made sure he went back to, I think we was talking about The Last of Us as well, he went back to the actual creator of the writer of the books. He was making sure all his yeses and nos were in the show, plus Joe's stuff on top of that, and they were like marinating together, making sure that this is the best it can be. And even their effects, they are a bit weird, but he was like saying he went back to something like Poltergeist, Ghostbusters. Yeah. He goes, all this new age.
No, you can feel the energy in it. You can feel all of those energies in it. Poltergeist tough. That's tough.
See, so
Poltergeist was a tough show. That show's far.
So he was like, it's going back to all these ghost stuff, and was like, what's the best ghost stuff that would be translated now? And it was like, bruv, like that's why I just even hearing from his stuff, I believe it even more. So I'll be watching the show.
I'm gonna give the first episode a thumbs up. I'm gonna give the first episode a thumbs up. I'll check out the first episode.
That's what we wanted.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I feel like more people need to hear about this. Even like I said, if you're not watching the trailer, if we wasn't fans, I don't think we would even watch the trailer.
Exactly.
I hear that. But the thing is, if we didn't have the information that I had about Joe Cornish being involved in this, and I just watched the trailer, I probably wouldn't watch the show. But him, it's off him.
It is.
It's off him. So Joe, bruv, yeah, right, hey.
Big things, man. I'm actually looking forward for this show.
Yeah,
like, I'm low key gassed for it, but I don't want to hold my expectations too high because obviously I just watched one episode. But just everything that was going through my mind when watching the first episode and the intricacies of it and the world, everything that's been laid out so far is good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and yeah, I think I was saying to you as well. It actually reminded me of anime, bro.
No, I felt that as well. I felt that as well. Also, at the point where the team of three was walking past the team of three, I was like, this feels anime-ish. But I was like, I'm gonna repress that and not say it. But because you brought it up, I'm like, I did feel that as well. There was an anime vibe in there. I didn't know how he done it, but it was there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it, like that's what resonates with me a bit more. Where it's like in anime, you always get these young or like young adults squads. Going against like adults, their society, trying to change things and stuff. Like for like they're like I said, born into this generation, they're kind of effed as like, oh, can we make things better? I was like, raw, this. Even though I don't know if Joe or this writer like ever watched.
If they have influence of I think
they definitely gonna have to.
I think they do. I think
they're definitely gonna have to.
Because you know what, like, because even if you just look from the point of view of Attack on the Block, like you have to be in the frame of mind of like being into the kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they could have easily gone into something else with adults, but the fact that his track record is like, yo, like the YA stuff, the YA. So to me, there is direct. Even with the other kid with the comic book, like you see better of those references in the first episode. So clearly he's into that world. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the nerdy for the kids. So yeah, man, I believe he does.
Yeah, man, it's there. Super legit. But guys, hopefully you've watched this video, and if you've not seen a trailer, now that you have, what do you think of Lockwood Co? Are you gonna check out the first episode? I guess if we get enough likes, do we do even like a
Patreon first episode thing?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Chat to them, man, innit? Chat to them.
How many?
Right.
Oh, rotted.
I need a gauge.
Rotted. Just throw a what number came to your heart first? Just say it, man.
I was gonna say a good 500.
Same.
500.
Yeah.
I was thinking a bag, you know. But well, let's take. Let's take the 500.
Be nice.
Let's take the 500. You get me,
guys?
500 likes.
500 likes.
And they get this. What they get the watch along on Patreon. 500. You're putting it to the rock. That's an easy W for them.
No, yeah. So 500 likes. We do the first episode. First episode bangs. Then we give it to the patrons. Do you want more? They say yes. Boom.
You know what?
That's a nice thing.
If we get 1,000 likes,
chopped and screwed for YouTube.
You guys get your chopped and screwed.
God,
1,000 likes, because you know what? It only makes sense because Patreon's already committed. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you don't want to be even more committed, listen, 1,000 likes, you get the chopped up and screwed version. That piff. Let's make it happen.
There you go, guys. Community band together, fans, come over, man. We love you all. So Lockwood Co. Let's make it happen 2023. I'm saying, Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
J1 further the cyber nerds.
Peace.